Hello guys, welcome to Online Web Tutor presented by Tech Solutions team. I am Sanjay. In this video session, we will discuss about something WordPress Cool customization tutorial. And in this customization, we will mainly see that how we change default text at WordPress footer. Okay, add custom widget at WordPress admin dashboard. And also we will see that how can we create user with user role, enable shortcodes to work in widgets. Actually, these all points we will discuss in deep in this video session. In the last video session where we have created user in user registration, then at that time we have actually created user, but we left the user role for now. Okay, so we will see that how can we create a user with their user role in this video session. So have a look at what actually this point actually makes sense. Okay, first, how we change default text at WordPress footer. Just go to admin panel. As you scroll down, then you might see that text is written, "Thank you for creating with WordPress." Okay, this is the text that we need to change of something like "Thank you from Online Web Tutor" or something called design and developed by Online Web Tutor. So we want that our custom text should appear instead of the WordPress default text. Okay, means we want to change this text from our custom text. In the second thing, that add a custom widget at WordPress admin dashboard, meaning that if you could say at the admin dashboard, we are at the admin dashboard. Okay, and here you could find that dashboard panel is there. Okay, at a glance, quick draft, activity, so many. You could find that so many actually widgets are defined by the WordPress. These are the default widgets WordPress provided. Okay, so we want to make a custom widget at this dashboard. Okay, how we make our area, our custom area, which is draggable also, which contains some informations for user. So how could we do it? Okay, so we will see in a bit. And at the next thing that we will see that enable shortcodes to work in widgets. Okay, so have a look at what actually points mean. So if you go to appearance, click on widgets. Okay, and now just to add a footer section, just remove this or you can delete this from widget. So now in the footer section there is no widget now. Okay, so let's drag a widget called HTML. Okay, custom HTML, just drag and drop into the footer one. Okay, now I'm going to write something into it, something called "Hi Sanjay, how are you?" Okay, and just save this. So I have dragged a simple custom HTML widget into the footer section and have written something content into it. Okay, so just go to its front end, and if you scroll to its footer section, then we have actually make a statement, as you could see, "How Sanjay, how are you?" Okay, so this is the simple statement that we have written inside this widget area. What happened if we write, suppose something, a shortcode is like Online Web Tutor? Okay, we will go and make a shortcode, and that shortcode we will enter into this widget area. So how could actually the WordPress widget reads that it's a widget, not a simple content, not a simple string? Okay, so just save this. And when we refresh this page, then you might see that widgets directly appear as a simple string. So how could we define to WordPress that this is not a simple statement, this is a widget? How could we tell to WordPress to run the widget functionality, not prints the simple text? Okay, so these are the cool things, guys, that we will see in this video session, starting from point 1 to 4.4. Okay, to make working of all these points, let's open our functions.php file of our theme. Okay, so just go to your themes folder. Here you could find that I am under the my theme, WP content themes, and currently we have activated 2017 as the current theme. Okay, just click on that, and if you could find functions.php, just open with Notepad++, scroll down, and now I'm going to add my custom code here. Okay, so just I am going to add our custom text at WP footer. Okay, this is the first point that we will see. Okay, this is the first point. Now just make a function like function WP custom footer text. Okay, okay, so we have written a simple statement within this function that we have created, WP custom footer text. Okay, and now we need to wrap this function with a action hook, and the action hook that we will use for this is admin footer text. Okay, it's not action hook, guys, it's a filter. Okay, so right now we will use of that, add filter admin footer text, and in the second argument we need to pass this function that we have created. Just copy of that and paste it here. So simply we will say that we have created a custom function which just echo this statement what we have written inside that. Okay, and now we have attached this function to this add filter method. Okay, so just save this file. Let's go ahead to our admin panel and refresh this page. Just scroll down, then you could find that we have successfully changed the custom text at footer that what we have written inside that. Okay, you could find that, hi online web tutor, welcome to another video. This is the statement that we have written. Okay, so how simple it is. So if let's go ahead and create a link also, like just visit Anchor and something called Google. Okay, src google.com. So we have given a link of Google into our custom text. So just save this file and refresh this page. Once you refresh, you could find that here is the link appeared. Okay, just visit Google. So this is the way, guys, that how can we customize at the footer text of WordPress setup. Okay, you only need keep thing into your mind that we need to use our filter for that. Okay, admin footer text. Now the second thing that we will see that how can we add our custom widget at dashboard. Means at the dashboard section, if we go to dashboard, just click on that, then how could we add our custom dashboard inside this admin dashboard. Okay, there are several widgets actually you could find. So how we add our own custom widget inside that. So just go to functions.php file and lead some function for that function and my dashboard widget. Okay, to make our custom widget at dashboard section, guys, that this section is so much simple that what we did previously. Okay, to make our custom widget, just go to its documentation section first. So just go to Google, and what actually I have opened like WP add dashboard widget. This is the function that we have to use to make our custom widget at dashboard. It should take like widget ID, widget name, and the callback function. Okay, and so let's scroll down. Then here you could find a good example is provided by WordPress developers. So just copy this code. Okay, I have made copy of all those codes, and let's get rid of this function and paste it here. Okay, so what actually code makes? Code has provided a function. This function has passed into a add action function. Okay, and here is the action hook, WP dashboard setup. Means if you want to make your custom widget at admin dashboard, then you need to use this action hook, means WP dashboard setup. Okay, and this is the function that we need to attach with this action hook. And finally, we need to use the function called WP add dashboard widget, which basically takes the parameters you could find like widget ID. Okay, so this is the widget ID that we have given, dashboard widget. And now the second is widget name. So let's make actually what actually widget name is. You could find that here is recent comments is the widget name, activity is the widget name. Okay, just scroll up, quick draft is the widget name, WordPress events and news, it's a widget name. So we have to give our custom widget name, and our widget name should be example dashboard widget. Okay, this is the name that we have given. So let's go ahead and change this name like online with tutor dashboard widget. Okay, and this is the function that we need to call for this means dashboard. Okay, so just save this file, go to front end and refresh your page. Once you refresh, just scroll down, and here you could find guys that what we have made, online web tutor dashboard widget. Okay, this is the widget that we have created. And one more important thing guys, that you have seen an error. This error because let's make a great font size. This is the widget that we have created. Okay, and one important thing that this actually gives an error because we have defined a callback function, okay, into its third argument, but we haven't defined this callback function. Just copy this function name, make a function for that function, and just say echo so this is the statement that I have attached with this widget. Okay, so just go ahead to save this file and refresh this page. Okay, unexpecting 736 line number. Okay guys, we forgot to put semicolon here, so just refresh again. And this is the statement guys, that as you can see we have created a custom widget, okay, which is just draggable also. If you want to put instead of activity, then here is our widget. Okay, so how easy it is creating. Okay, so let's make a summary of this section. First, you need to go to its documentation section. All we have to use two things, keep in your mind. First, what should be the action hook that we have to use, okay, and what should be the function name that needs to be attached with our custom widget. So the action hook should be WP dashboard setup. Okay, this is the action hook. And after making your custom function, you need to use WP add dashboard widget, okay, which basically takes three parameters like dashboard widget as ID, online web tutor dashboard widget, add widget name, and the callback function. Okay, and this is the callback function that we have defined here, which basically contains the statements. So here are the things like online web tutor dashboard widget, this is the widget name, and this is the callback function returned statement. Okay, so successfully we have seen the two cool things from our list. Okay, and let's go ahead and create a user with a user role. In the last video session where we have discussed about custom registration in WordPress, then at that time we have seen that how can we create user by using WP create user function of WordPress. But at that time we left the user role creation. Okay, so in this video session we will create a user with a specific role. Okay, so let's go ahead and create a function called WP custom user role. Let's say name equal to something called Sanjay, Sanju, and something email equal to sanjay123@gmail.com, and let's create a dummy password for that user. So password equal to something called Sanjay at 123. So these are the information, guys, that we have created with a specific user. Okay, so let's go ahead and first we need to check username existence. Okay, so username exists. This is the function, same function, guys, that what we have used at the time of user registration in custom way in WordPress, what we have seen so far. Okay, so let's pass name and its username. Let's make a username, and also we need to check email exists. Okay, so email exists, and here we need to pass email. Okay, so if the username does not exist with this username and email does not exist with this email, okay, we have passed exclamation sign to take the name and the email with no existence. Okay, so in that condition we need to create a user. So wp create user is a function we need to use. So now let's pass username, password, and the email. Okay, so we have done with the create user section. Okay, and all we know, guys, that wp create user function takes this parameter to create a user, like username, password, and the email. Okay, and now this function actually returns user id. Okay, means what user actually we have created with these informations. After creating this user into the database, this function would returns a user id of that. Okay, now we have to pass this user into wp user. Okay, so let's make an object wp of new wp user. So use wp user, and we need to pass the user id in this function. Okay, so what we got from wp create user, it returns the user id of that user, and we need to pass this user id into wp user to get the access over this object, because this object contains the function of, or you can say method of, set role. Okay, so now we are going to use user and set role. This is the method that actually this object provides. Okay, and this is the object of wp user class, and this class actually takes the user id. Okay, so we need that this user should be admin. Okay, administrator. So all we have done now, we have to set this function with our add action, and in this first init, and the second we need to pass the function name. Okay, so this is how simple, guys, that we need to create a user with administrator role, and these are the basic informations of user. Okay, so just save this file, go to your section and refresh this page. Okay, unexpected line 739. So let's go ahead and check. Okay, guys, here is semicolon. Just save this file and refresh your page. Once you refresh, just go to database, and all we know that the users actually created inside wp users table. Okay, so just click on that, then you could find that we have created a user with these informations. Okay, so we know, guys, that we have created this user as an admin. Okay, so let's make logouts from here, and all we have created Sanju as username, and the password that Sanjay, just copy of that and paste inside here. So as you could find, guys, that if you hover on this, then you could find that, let's go to its user section, and this is the user that we have created, and you would find that the user role is administrator. Okay, so successfully we have created a user with administrator as a user role. Okay, so we have seen our 3 different points. So now let's see that how can we enable shortcodes to work in widgets. Okay, so first let's make a shortcode here. So to make a shortcode, just we have to make a function like our custom work shortcode, and this shortcode actually, okay, let's go up, returns a statement like this is how easy development with WordPress at online web tutor. So this is the simple statement, guys, that we have provided or written inside this function. Okay, all we have to know that we need to use add shortcode method. This is the function, guys, that actually defines the WordPress shortcodes to define any custom function. Okay, about this function, guys, we have discussed in great detail in our WordPress custom plugin development series. On that video session, I have discussed about this function in great detail. Okay, so first we need to pass the shortcode name, something called like online web tutor, and in the second section we need to pass, just get rid of this, and in the second we need to copy this function name and we need to pass over that. Okay, so successfully we have created our shortcode. Online web tutor is our shortcode. Okay, so just copy this shortcode and let's go ahead to your appearance and the widget section. Okay, and inside your footer, that what we have created inside footer 1, just remove this from here and all we have to paste what we have made. So online web tutor is the shortcode that we have created inside that. Okay, so to make use of shortcode, you need to wrap all the shortcodes inside the big bracket symbol. Okay, this is how means you should use about the shortcode. Just save this file and refresh this page. Once you refresh, just scroll down, then here you could find our shortcode is written. But we don't want the shortcode, we actually want that what we have written inside this shortcode as this custom function name. So this is the statement that we want to be appeared into the front end section. Okay, so how could we do that? So this is how the fourth point comes into the role. Like how can we enable shortcodes? How can we enable shortcodes to work inside widgets? Okay, so to make use of this point, guys, we need to use add filter action hook. Okay, so add filter and we need to use widgets text. Okay, means we want that when anyone pastes its shortcode inside this widget, then we make use of that shortcode. Okay, so we have to use widget text and in the second argument we should use do shortcode. Okay, about the uses of do shortcode also we have discussed in our plugin development series. So let's make a quick recap of that. Do shortcode function, what actually takes means you could find it takes a shortcode as the argument, and after taking the shortcode it actually executes whatever we have passed inside that the function. Okay, means basically it takes the shortcode. So what we have made, we have passed a shortcode here and we need to pass this shortcode to do shortcode function, and after taking this argument it should print what we have written inside this function name. So this is the uses. So just save this file and all we have to do that you need to refresh this page. Once you refresh, okay, nothing happens. Let's make a widget text. Okay, so just save this file and refresh this page. So this is the statement, guys, that we have written inside our shortcode function. Okay, here we have passed our shortcode and here is the statement instead of our shortcode, because we have added a filter like widget text and in the second name we have passed do shortcode function. So all we have done now. These are the cool things guys that we have seen how easy in the development process of WordPress. Okay, so these are the points like how can we change our default text at WordPress footer we have seen, and add custom widget at WordPress admin dashboard we have seen, and also we have created a user with a administrator user role, and we have enabled shortcodes to work in our widget. So these are the cool things guys that I will want to show always to you to learn and grow your skill in WordPress. Okay, so if you have any query regarding this video session guys, then feel free to discuss and drop your comment. So for this video session guys, thank you for watching and have a great day.